Smiles and Cuts Foundation. It's a nonprofit organization that I partner with North Kansas City Schools, and I provide haircutting services to children with special needs and those in low-income families. So I am the founder of that, have been for 2 years. And then I also own Sheer Purpose Salon in Gladstone, and it's a booth rent salon, full service hair service salon. In 2017, my husband and family decided around this time actually to give back to a family in need. And so we wanted to provide the family of 5 with a Christmas that they would never forget. So we decided to give each child, I think each child received 11 gifts apiece. And it was probably the best Christmas we ever had. Our children were involved. We told them that we're skipping Christmas. But when I met this children, I wanted to do more. So I've been in the beauty industry for over 20 years, and I felt the need to give back in that way. But my husband told me, one thing at a time. So I decided to just write down my idea. I wanted to give back. I know I wanted to do a nonprofit because I wanted the children to look good and feel good about themselves. And at the time when we met them, they did not. And they were so envious of my daughter, which they didn't know her story. And I wanted them to feel equal. I didn't want them to think she was above or whatever. So I wanted them to feel equal. That's why I have the passion to make kids feel good and build their confidence. The giving back. It's an overwhelming feeling of knowing that I've put a smile on a child's face and built their confidence so they can conquer whatever they want to. It also, just being in the beauty industry itself, not just the children, but their families and even my clients in general, knowing that they have somewhere to go where they can feel good. And it's not all about really doing the hair. That's a skill, but it's about having those connections with people. In 2018, I joined the eScholars program. It was a program through UMKC and the Rear Institute. It was a program that helped establish Smiles and Cuts Foundation. And during that time, at the end, we had a pitch competition. And I did win the pitch competition. It was most improved or most growth within a foundation in the short amount of time we were there. I was there a semester. So I did that. And then during that time, we gave back to a family. My husband actually got an award with the city, just being able to give back to the community. I have back to school hair events where I was on KMBC, telling them my story. And then also just the community in itself, just the responses I get from people in general and the donations I receive from the community. So those are all positive. What day? Okay. So, during the week, Monday through Thursday, my biggest thing that I do is just communication. So whether it is getting up, doing social media ads, creating social media ads for different events and different things to promote the foundation, as well as communication as far as with donors, with my partners. I currently partner with, like I said, North Kansas City Schools. I also partner with Hillcrest Hope, Transitional Housing, Hope House, which is a domestic violence shelter, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. So I communicate constantly with all those partners, let them know what's going on. And with the pandemic and COVID going on, I had to kind of restructure everything to where I can't travel as much as I used to because what Smiles and Cuts Foundation basically is, we travel on site to provide these services. And with COVID, that was halted. So I had to get with my board and restructure everything. Now we're doing more partnerships. And so just be in communication with the people to make sure that the children are still getting serviced. So that's my biggest thing. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I travel usually to organizations, or when I was able to, I would travel to schools, working with the counselors and social workers in the district. And just, I go through the week or I go check on the salon if I'm not in there, or I usually work on the weekend in the salon, but if I'm not there, I usually go and check, make sure everything's going well, making sure everything's paid, so everything is still running. But I stay pretty busy. My daughter just started a company, and so I'm helping her through the week with her social media as well. So I help other businesses too. Being able to create your own culture, what fits in the market that you're providing for. So being able to establish the rules and how you want everything to play out have been very rewarding. And just overall, knowing that you did it and knowing that you put your all into it and you can set the tone for everything. But you want to also make sure that people that are coming to you feel comfortable. Really understand the why. Why are you doing it? Why do you want to do it, and what do you want to do, and how are you going to be different from anybody else? A lot of times when I was getting started, people said they don't reinvent the wheel. Well, what I'm doing, I had to invent it because nobody else was doing it. So I knew my organization was going to stand out from everybody else. But in certain things, I still didn't want to burn myself out. And that's the biggest thing. So understanding why and how you are going to be different than everybody else.